Hi guys, and welcome back to Whirly's Watchbox, and today I'm super excited to kick off a new series of videos on the channel. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time now, and the new series is going to be called Talking Time. And yeah, it sounds a little cheesy, but I like it, so we're going to go with it. But, it's going to be a series of videos that we talk all things watches, all things horology related, different topics and discussions that are occurring in the watch community. So I'm really hoping this is entertaining to you guys, and also a little bit informative too. And I plan on having on guests from time to time to kind of dive deeper into the conversations or different watch topics other than just my opinion or what you guys have down in the comments. So really looking forward to that and super excited to finally get this kicked off. It's a series I've wanted to bring to the channel for a long time now, so really glad to be starting it. And today we have a topic that's really interesting in my book. So we've had Watches and Wonders going on. It's actually wrapped up now. I think it wrapped up maybe last week or the week before. So I'm sure you guys have probably seen a bunch of news coming out from a multitude of brands about new releases and things like that. And today we're going to be discussing a brand that I really like, and that's Tudor. So Tudor has come out with a lot of cool releases over the past few years. They usually nail it right on the head, hit it out of the park. This year for me is a little bit of a mixed bag. So we'll start off with some positives though, and that's the new dial variations on the chronograph. So they came out with a white and a black dial chronograph this year, and to me they look phenomenal. I have them pulled up here. I really love the white dial. If I were to get one, that's probably the one I'd get. But I think this is just a huge improvement over the steel and gold versions that they had come out with in previous years. Not that those are bad, but they just never really appealed to me. I didn't really care for the dials that much. And these still have the same dial layouts, but I just think the color variations are much better here. I love the white dial. They come on a multitude of straps. I believe they have a leather strap version, a NATO, and a bracelet. I personally would go for the bracelet. I just think it looks more complete that way. Oh, they also have it on a bund strap. Maybe that's the leather one I'm thinking of. To me, the bund wouldn't necessarily, fit the bill for me, but, what the hell? It's an option out there if you want it, and, it looks pretty neat. But again, I really like the bracelet. I think Tudor did a phenomenal job with this. They look really good. Definitely better than the previous versions. So moving on to another release, they came out with a new Black Bay 36, or 41, or 32. They have the three different sizes there. I have a Tudor Black Bay 36 myself, and I love it. It's one of my favorite watches in my collection. It's absolutely awesome. It's a great everyday piece, very good quality. You've seen the score on here. I think it scored a 92 or something like that in my watch review list. So yeah, great watch overall. And this year they came out with a silver dial. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the silver dial on it. I think it looks rather plain. Now I'm wearing a silver dial, kind of champagne-ish watch right now, and I'm wearing my Grand Seiko today. But I think on this watch, it really looks good. On the Black Bay 36, it looks a little underwhelming to me. It's kind of just meh, So, nothing to really write home about. Now, moving on to these wild releases from Tudor that I don't think anybody would expect is the new Black Bay 58s. Now, I think a lot of people were hoping for new Black Bay 58s, or were maybe even expecting them, but not with the variations they released. So let's just start with the most controversial one to me, and that's the solid gold one with the green bezel and the green dial. And looking at it, it's just, at first I hated this watch, and this is actually the second recording of this. The first one I had some technical issues, But in the first one, I totally dogged this watch. I thought that the green looked terrible with the gold combination. I hated it. I didn't like it at all. And then I saw some, sort of more real life pictures of it rather than just, the renders that Tudor releases. And it actually looks a lot better to me. So it's kind of growing on me. Am I a huge fan of it? No. Would I buy it personally? No. And there's another thing. It's $16,000. So where do you draw the line on Tudor? Tudor is sort of regarded as an entry-level luxury brand. Well, for $16,000, you can get like luxury watches there. Now, are you going to be able to get them in solid gold? You probably couldn't get a Rolex in solid gold for that cheap, but you might be able to in other brands. I'm not so sure. But for $16,000, I don't think I'd be buying a Tudor. Now, granted, I do love mine's stainless steel, but yeah, $16,000 for a solid gold Tudor. I don't know, not my thing. And then we move on to an interesting choice for Tudor. So they released a new version of the Black Bay 58 along with the gold version that is made of silver. It's got a silver case and a wonderful looking taupe, kind of grayish dial and bezel. I think that looks really good. I like that release. It's cool. It's something different. Silver. I'm not really sure what the pros and cons are of a silver case, but what the hell. If you guys know, please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I really would like to know that. I think it's probably not as durable as stainless steel is. So, it kind of takes away maybe from that tool aesthetic or tool functionality that a Black Bay is supposed to have or be. But interesting choice from there. And then another thing that they did that's a little bit different with these new releases of the Black Bay 58s is they put display case backs. And we haven't seen that since the North Flag, which I believe is now discontinued. But, I think that's cool. I like display case backs. I know there are some, Rolex, Tudor snobs out there, as I'll call them, that they just want the plain, steel case back, the tool look and everything like that. But, if it's got the same water resistance and a display case back, who cares then? I personally like seeing the movement. I think it's pretty cool. Now, it is a rather rudimentary finished movement. It's not finished or decorated very well. It's okay. I mean, it's better than a 6R15 you'll see in a Seiko or whatever. But, nothing to write home about. But, yeah, I appreciate it being there. I do like to see the movement. So, I can't go against that choice at all. But, yeah, this year has been really sort of a mixed bag, I think, from Tudor. I think the last sort of controversial release they had was the P01, I think it's called. And, that was kind of a reissue from a watch of the past. But, that one kind of took everybody, or caught everybody off guard a little bit. It's definitely a unique watch. And these watches that they released this year aren't quite, out there or as unique as that particular watch, the P01. But yeah, they're definitely different. Tudor definitely did a lot of things that we didn't expect this year. But yeah, so to kind of recap, the white and black dial chronographs look amazing. They're 39 millimeters, I think. Let me check here real quick. They're 41 millimeters. So, they're not too big. I think it'll fit most people's wrists. I'd prefer them to be a little bit smaller, but overall they look really good. And if I was in the market for an entry-level luxury chronograph, that's probably the one I would go with. I love the look of this, and I would totally pick up a white dial like that. The silver dial, Black Bay 36, it's okay. It's kind of meh. I would think it would be kind of cool if they released an olive green version of the Black Bay 36 in stainless steel, not gold. I think that'd really look cool, kind of like the that Omega release, the Aquaterra, that sort of olive green dial. I think that watch is stunning, and I think that would look really cool as a variant in the Black Bay 36 line. And then the Black Bay 58s, yeah, they're definitely different releases. I don't think it's what anybody expected. Kind of what I would have liked to see would maybe a Black Bay blue. Now, I'm not talking, I know they have the blue on blue in the 58, but I'm talking about like the 41 millimeter with the black dial and the blue bezel. Make that in a 58. Ooh, that would look sharp, as well as a black dial with a red bezel in the 58. I think that would look sharp, whether it was all white, the indices and the markers and stuff, or gilt. I think black dial, red bezel in a 58 would look phenomenal. But yeah, so those are just kind of my thoughts on Tudor's releases. Mixed bag on the whole thing. Really like the chronographs. Not a huge fan of the 58s or the Black Bay 36, 32, 41, whatever. But overall, I would say it's a solid release year from Tudor. But anyway, all in the rambling there. Please leave your thoughts and comments down below. And once again, make sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.